my goal is here, the end, is for us to realize that gratitude is a tool that can be used. It's not a thought, it's a feeling. You have to work on actually feeling gratitude. You need to become aware of your feelings if you're actually grateful, and then you should practice. Then you practice, then you layer, then you practice, then you layer, and then all of a sudden you'll be looking around and you're going to be grateful all the time. Hey, what's up family? Evan here. This is the art of mental fitness. I think that's what we're calling it right now. It seems that mental fitness is this new buzzword. I never heard it before until about, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months ago. I think it has to do with, it's funny because a guy with a show called Mental Fitness doesn't really know the definition. That's because no one does. But I think it has to do with preventative mental health care. That would kind of be the fancy terminology. Essentially, it's things you can do, things you can learn to prevent yourself from slipping into mental disarray, right? Problems with the mind. Or you could already be having some sort of mental problems. That doesn't mean insanity. That just means anxiety, depression. You could not be happy. You could be restless, irritable, and discontent. You could be addicted to something. Those are all essentially poor mental behaviors we want to get you out of. You can use mental fitness to kind of build your way back up. But at that point, you're just doing psychotherapy, but you have a fancy word for it. Yeah! So I'm a huge fitness guy. I have been my whole life. But I've also been a huge mental fitness guy. Not because I wanted to, because I had to. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about, I was thinking about this today, gratitude. It's gratitude. It's one of those buzzwords in mental health. I see all the gurus throwing down gratitude, all the Instagram posts with the sunshine, the rainbows, and the ponies. Like, you gotta be grateful. Grateful for the sunshine. Grateful to breathe. I'm grateful to be here with my friend. And it's like, listen, you might be grateful for all those things. Are you really grateful? Like you say you are. It's kind of like this cool thing to say. It's like when you say, oh, thanks. Oh, thank you. You just kind of spit out of your mouth. It sounds cool to say, but are you actually grateful? And that's what I want to talk about. And this is how to become grateful. My thing will cool title a little. But essentially, there's a quote. This has nothing to do with gratitude, but I'll get to it. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. It's not an act, but a habit. So, it's a great quote, by the way. But for gratitude, gratitude is not a thought, it's a feeling. And what I feel like we're coached and trained to do is to think grateful thoughts. I'm grateful to be awake, I'm grateful to be alive, I'm grateful to have clothes, I'm grateful to have shoes, blah, 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 blah. You think all of these things, but you don't actually feel grateful. Therefore, you're not actually experiencing gratitude. Therefore, you're essentially brainwashing yourself, and you think you're doing yourself a service, but you're actually doing yourself a disservice. And the reason you're doing yourself a disservice is you're depriving yourself of what gratitude feels like, and you're depriving yourself of the benefit of feeling gratitude. Because once you actually embrace the authentic feeling of gratitude, things drastically change for you. And really what we're talking about is how to feel grateful, right? Not how to be grateful, that's kind of a state of being. Not how to think grateful, how to feel grateful. Number one, you're not going to feel grateful all the time. It's impossible. Unless you're just like this fully awakened conscious master who just lives in the illuminating void of pure divinity. Which, if you are, you're probably not watching the show. So, one, you can't stay grateful forever. Two, right? You need to become aware of how you feel, right? That's important, becoming aware of how you feel, but you need to become really, really aware of how your situation and your thoughts affect your feelings. And I'll return to that in a second. So, number one, you can't feel grateful all the time. Two, you need to become aware of what, essentially makes you feel grateful or how you feel in general. And then three is you need to be rigorously honest with yourself. Okay, and if we use these three didactics, we will be able to discover how to actually become grateful, and you will by the end of the show be super grateful, I can tell. So, number one, like I said, we need to realize you can't be grateful all the time, which is fine. You just can't be happy all the time. It doesn't matter. But what you do is you ignite gratitude as a way or a defense against bad feelings. And the way to do so is in the next one, but the way to do so is to find things you are truly, authentically grateful for. Okay, how do you do that? Well, the way that you do that, it kind of goes into number three about it's like we're blending 2 and 3 together, rigorous honesty and also determining situations, is you need to ask yourself, do I actually feel that way? I used to walk around and be like, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, but did I actually feel happy? No. Did I take the time to ask myself if I feel happy. No, I just try to brainwash myself. Same thing with gratitude. We used to do gratitude lists out the wazoo. I'm grateful for the sun. Like I already said, I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the stars. Look at that fly. Grateful for the sun. Grateful for the sky that I have two eyes. And then you ask yourself, are you actually grateful? No, I'm miserable and I hate everything. So what we do, this is kind of like this is a little bit advanced technique, but what we do, right, is you find yourself, you ask yourself, or you tell yourself, I'm grateful for, let's use an example. I'm grateful for my job. Okay? Then I go, do I actually feel grateful? Am I actually grateful for my job? You're like, my job kind of sucks. I'm not really happy. I don't get paid enough. So why the hell are you grateful for your job? You're not grateful for your job. Okay, well then what am I grateful for? Oh, okay, so we start to unpack here. What am I grateful for? Well, I'm grateful for money. I like getting paid. Are you actually grateful for getting paid? And you're like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, like, getting paid is good. I mean, my job kind of sucks, but the money is cool. Okay, cool. All right, do you feel great? You're like, yeah, a little bit. I'm getting there. See, I'm digging, right? Now I'm observing. I actually feel that way. I'm asking myself. And then I'm becoming aware of how the situation, how the money, how the job actually makes me feel. Go one step deeper. I'm grateful that I can have money to spend on something you really like to do. I like chess. I'm really into chess right now. I'm grateful that I have money so I can spend it on chess. Then you go, am I actually grateful for that? Let me do a more relevant example. I'm grateful I have money so I can spend to go on trips. Are you actually grateful to go on trips? And you're like, you look down at yourself, you're like, yeah, you know what? I actually am. I actually am grateful that I have the money to go on trips. I love traveling. I love Europe and South America, blah, 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 all these things. I don't really like traveling, but maybe you do. Then you found something, right? You're thankful that you have money to go on trips. You love going on trips. You're very grateful for that. You actually came to a decision and you made it. Now, can you feel grateful for traveling all the time? No, that goes back to number one. But what you can do is when you're having a bad day and you're really just eating a lot of bleeps, what you do is you go, you know what? I'm grateful that I'm working, that I have money, that I can go on a trip, that I have a trip planned. I really am grateful that I have this opportunity. And that'll kind of shift you, right? That'll kind of get you out of that slump. And then all of a sudden you're like, boom, okay, good. Then the next time you go to do it, you could use the same gratitude. You might be able to find other things, but like the next time you do it, let's say you feel just okay, right? And then you all of a sudden, boom, hit it with that same grateful thought. I'm so grateful that I had the money to go on a trip, to do all this traveling. I freaking love it, X, Y, and Z. Then you're gonna start feeling good, right? And then we layer it one more. When you feel good, when you're on the trip, then you hit it with the, I'm so grateful that I'm here on this trip, that I had the money to expend it, that everything that I was looking forward to is now coming to fruition. And you go, boom, that feeling right there, that's authentic gratitude. You will have hit it. You will have hit it on the head. So you see what I did there is I kind of built this up. So let's unpack this real quick and make it very practical, right? Especially fitness. We're lifting weights, okay? Anyways, one, gratitude is not a thought, it's a feeling. It's very hard to think yourself into a right state of feeling. It's a totally different episode. But what we can do with gratitude is we start to, one, realize we can't be grateful all the time. Two, start to become aware of, am I actually grateful? Is this something I'm actually grateful for? Right? Three is, be honest with yourself. If you're not grateful, you're not grateful. It's just like the unpacking analogy, right? I'm grateful for my job. No, you're not. I'm grateful for money. Kinda. I'm grateful for money that I can spend to do things I like. Okay. I'm grateful to do things I like. Boom. And then what you do is you use it when you feel bad. Sure. Use a little gratitude when you feel bad. Use a little gratitude when you just feel okay. Use gratitude when you feel great. And use gratitude at the moment, at the climax, when you're actually doing something you're super grateful for, and you'll feel it. You will feel it in your heart. You'll feel it in your body. You'll actually feel abundantly grateful. And once you have that feeling, you pack that in a little box. And the more that you practice that, the more you'll be able to pull that out of the box whenever you need it. Not the thoughts, the feelings. You'll be able to pull the feelings out. Now, since it's mental fitness, right, you got to do a workout. You got to practice. You got to practice these things. Practicing gratitude, you see that's also a buzzword. That is good, cool. However, if you practice it in this way, which is very specific, very like didactic, like I said, very much in order and a logical procession, that's when you'll actually capture the sensation of actually truly being grateful and you'll get all the benefits. I think what you see is people do this naturally. I know people that are very, very, very skilled at dipping into gratitude and feeling grateful, and they actually mean it. You know, yeah, there's some people that really are grateful for the sunshine. The odds are probably not you. It's hard to be one of those naturally grateful people. I know I wasn't. I was not at all. I was not at all. Unfortunately, due to very poor life choices and poor life circumstances, I learned to be grateful for everything. But that's a completely different show. But my goal is here, the end, is for us to realize that gratitude is a tool that can be used. It's not a thought, it's a feeling. You have to work on actually feeling gratitude. You need to become aware of your feelings if you're actually grateful, and then you should practice. Then you practice, then you layer, then you practice, then you layer, and then all of a sudden you'll be looking around and you're going to be grateful all the time. And I'll tell you what, to repeat what I said at the very beginning, gratitude is an excellent remedy for all things poor in mental health. So that's it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm Evan. This is the Art of Mental Fitness. We're just starting something new here. We're just figuring it out, shooting some shows. If you found this helpful, please like the video. If not, please dislike the video and I can know how to make it better. Okay, so with that one, I'll see you next time. Peace.